Hey everyone, welcome back. This is video 2 of the series for building a contractor listing site, contractor directory site for Austin, Texas. In this video, I'm going to go over how to add listings from Google Business Profiles, and we're going to do that with Outscraper. So outscraper.com, I'll show you here, which is outscraper.com. You go here, you can create a free account. You can also pay for them, but basically I'm just going to jump right into it. They have their own tutorials if you want to get into it more, and they also have a lot of services you can do, but we're going to do Google Maps Scraper. And I'm just going to do plumbers for now. I'm not going to do a lot because it'll take a while to crawl or scrape all of them, but I'm just going to start with 50 just to show you how this works. And I'm going to just type plumber. We'll get the plumber contract or the plumber category from Google Maps. And then I'm only going to do Austin, Texas. Right now it's defaulted to the whole United States. I'm just going to type in Austin and come down to Texas. And it's also going to select all of the zip codes, which is good. I'm going to limit this to 50. And then later I'm going to do full scrapes. And then the only enrichment I'm going to do, you don't have to do this, but it's going to grab social media accounts and emails. And it is this emails and contacts scraper. It should be pre-checked, but if it's not, that's the one you want to get if you want to have more contact information. And it does cost a little bit more, but I'm going to do that for here. Advanced parameters. I only want listings with a website that are operational, with a phone number, and verified, and a good rating. Pretty much all the filters. Good rating, you can change this, but it defaults to 4 stars and above on Google. And then I'm going to leave the rest like this. For default, this places per query search. So all those zip codes that are selected, it's going to try and find 500 for each zip code, and it's going to delete the duplicates. And this 500 is the max you can do with scraping Google Business Profiles. The last thing I'm going to double check is if this is a CSV file. Right now, my directory kit only imports CSV file, so just double check this is selected. I'm going to click Get Data. It's going to check how many listings it'll probably grab, and I'm going to let it go. You can do about 500 a month on the free tier, I believe, but you can confirm that when you come in here and do that. So this is estimating 7 to 27 minutes. It probably will be shorter, but let's see how it goes. I'm going to click Confirm. It's going to send it to Tasks. And I'm going to click Tasks so we can watch it. It should only take a couple minutes, but I'm just going to pause this recording while that goes. Okay, it is 7:21. This started at 7:20, so it took less than a minute or about a minute. We're going to click Download, and then I'm going to come over to the Austin Contractor site again, and in the directory menu area, under Listings, go to Import Listings. And now you can import any kind of CSV and map the fields over this, but I'm going to show you that this defaults to Outscraper CSVs. So once I click that, it's going to pre-populate selections. You can see some of them are selected down here. Before we get into that, I want to map all of these to plumbing. And then you can either skip duplicates, update existing listings with new data, or import all rows and create duplicates. I generally do update because if I ever do a scrape in the future, um, anything that might have changed would update in the listing. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm not going to have it create new categories. I am going to have it create new tags and city and state. City and state are pulled from the address, and I'll scroll down here and go through this a little bit. Basically, business name, the services will pull from the subtypes column, category, and type. This all goes into category, tags, and services of the listings. Phone number, website, primary address is the address. This is the full address. This listing doesn't actually have one, but this address column is the full address with all of this information. Basically, this goes into a Google Maps field, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to do all these ones. We're going to make sure everything is in here. These are all different contacts. We don't want those. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter. You can see it skips some of these. The listings only have certain ones to select from, but all of those are mapped in here. And just so you're aware, double check all these because sometimes Outscraper changes the column names. So they might not auto map to, say, the LinkedIn account. It might be something else underscore LinkedIn or something different. Generally it works, but just double check. And then I'm going to scroll down here. Everything is ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and import this. And then this will run. It does 10 at a time, so you'll have a progress bar after every 10. And it's pretty quick. And then it'll give you a little status of what happened. If you're uploading more, you might see some skipped or updated depending on what you selected. Okay, 50 imported. And you can see the name of them right here. And if we click view, actually that will go to a page not found right now because we imported them as drafts. So let's go back to the all listings, take a look at them this way. I'm just going to go ahead and publish all of them. By the way, WordPress by default only lets you see 20 at a time generally. So if you want to see more than 20, just change this number right here and click apply. And that way you can see more on a page. I'm going to select all, edit, publish. All right, now we can view. So there we go. It's got the logo from Google. This is not actually imported, so you're not going to get in trouble for hosting that image, or you shouldn't. Just be aware, Google might not like that, but it's not actually hosted on your site. It's pulling from the Google Business Profile. All the information pulls in up to 5 recent Google reviews pull in, some services pull in, and the location map that's based on their address. So if they have their address set, this will show up. And then if we go in here now, we didn't change the categories. We can see these are all selected to plumbing. Looks like it didn't create tags. I did create locations. So looks like they're all in Austin pretty much which is what we want. But this one has Westlake. It's right outside of Austin. But that's pretty much it. So for the listings, they're all imported. I'm going to double check what happened with the tags. I might try and re-import. In fact, let me do that real quick. I'm just going to re-import the same file. Date existing. I'm going to uncheck all these, keep it published. Theoretically, it should add new tags. Let's see. I'm just going to pause the recording for a second. Okay, there was actually a bug, so I got that fixed. I also added another option. Basically, this was set to services only instead of tags. The mapping didn't allow for tags. Basically, generally, okay, there was actually a little bit of a bug and I got that fixed. So now this will map correctly. Basically, this was not set to tags. So there was nothing for tags to pull from. Even though it says from subtypes data, it wasn't actually doing that. So now you can have services and tags pull from that, or services only or tags only, or any of these other things, but pretty much these are what that is for. So I'm going to run this now, and it should work. I'll be right back. Okay, that imported, so let's see if those tags came in this time. There we go. All right, you can see there's quite a few, 23 items. Not all of them necessarily might have exactly to do with plumbers. Plumbers might deal with a little bit of AC if it's draining things or something, but you're always going to have to go through this. It's definitely faster than from scratch with how the importer works, but you're always going to want to double check everything just to make sure it's clean and working right. Let me check out this surface area here. Let's go to Austin, see how that came out. So there's a bunch of listings in here. You can see they are all listed out in the grid. And I'll get into all more of this and how to edit the layout and the view and the content and everything in a later video. But that's pretty much it for importing from Outscraper. We ran into a bug. I got it fixed. So if that ever happens to you, just reach out and we'll get that fixed for you as soon as possible. And if you have any ideas on what to add to make this better for everyone, just let us know and we'll get that worked out too. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.